So today I'm going to be showing you a really easy way to add pockets to any dresses that you already own. I've tried to make it as straightforward as possible, so as long as you have a skirt that has got a little bit of a flare to it and side seams down both sides, it should be really easy to follow.
So you want to start by making some kind of pocket pattern piece, so anything this kind of shape, and then just for reference, mine is 9.5 inches down the centre, about 7.5 down that straight edge, and then about 4.5 across the top. So anything with this kind of shape with that straight edge down the side, and then this is the fabric that I'm going to be using, this pink satiny kind of fabric, and then I'm just drawing my pockets out. I want to have 4 of these in total. You want to make sure that if you are using a fabric with a right and wrong side, that you have 2 in each orientation like I've got here. And then the first thing I'm going to do is to start to unpick part of the side seam. So I'm going to do this just below where the top meets the skirt. So I'm just going to unpick that side like you can see here, and then I'm going to start to pin the pockets to the sides of where I've opened up the seam. So I'm going to use that straight edge of the pocket to line up to the straight edge of this seam. And then I'm going to repeat that for the other side, making sure that you've got right sides facing together for the pocket and the dress. And then once they're pinned in place, I'm just going to sew them down that seam with a straight stitch and about 1 centimetre of seam allowance. This doesn't overly matter, but that's just what I'm using. Then you can see both of the pockets attached here. I'm just going to turn the dress inside out. And then just pulling those pockets out. And now I'm going to start to pin everything back together. So pinning together that seam where you don't have the pockets attached, and then I'm going to pin around the pocket and then just below the pocket as well where the seam was still open. So you can just see here where I've pinned and where I'm going to sew in place. If you're using a fabric that is likely to fray, you might also want to finish the edges with a zigzag stitch or an overlocker. Literally just following that pocket around. Make sure you pay a lot of attention to make sure that you've closed up the seams properly at either end of the pocket as well, because it's easy to miss. And then that's finished. You can just fold the pockets back in on themselves and you will have a dress with pockets.